Hello beautiful people, I've been gone for a minute, but I promise to explain in due time as to what I've been getting up to. But for today, I just want to talk about South Korea. I came to South Korea without any prior knowledge of the country, so I had zero expectations. And I think that helped me a lot in shaping my perception about the country. Before coming to Korea, I had never watched a single K-drama, so I didn't come here with some fantasy about finding my own oppa and living happily ever after. Even after 4 years of living my life in Korea, I still have not seen a single K-drama, and I don't have an oppa. I also know probably less than 10 K-pop songs, although I will admit that every single K-pop song that I've listened to slaps. So I think maybe I should invest a bit of time listening to K-pop. My point is, my lack of knowledge about Korea made me come to Korea without any expectations, and my life in Korea has been great. So today I just want to talk about 10 things that make Korea amazing, at least for me. I have a love-hate relationship with recycling because I know it is necessary, but it also can be quite a pain in the butt. The security guy in my apartment always follows me every single time I throw away my trash just to make sure that I'm doing it properly. Recycling is mandatory in Korea, or else you will be fined for non-compliance. Well, that is if you do get caught. You have to make sure that you dispose of your trash properly. This makes living in Korea amazing because you become so conscious about the environment. Internet is still a luxury in a lot of places in South Africa. So you can imagine the struggles I face when I get back to my hometown and it takes me 30 minutes to load a single page on my phone. I spent my entire first month in Korea without a SIM card. How? There is internet everywhere. You'll be connected in the bus, you'll be connected in the train, you'll be connected on some random streets, you'll be connected literally everywhere. Korean festivals are something that I look forward to every single year since my arrival in Korea. That's every single year except, for 2020 and 2021 for obvious reasons. But prior to that, Korea has a million festivals that happen throughout the year. I'm talking Garlic Festival, Herb Festival, Iced Fish Festival, Kimchi Festival, Mud Festival, Cherry Blossom Festival, and they have their own Oktoberfest, as in like the Munich Oktoberfest. They have their own version in South Korea. But my favorite one is the Fireworks Festival, which happens in Busan and in Seoul. I love it because it is a perfect festival for a date by the ocean in front of the fireworks. But apart from those, there are also like multiple other festivals I cannot name. But it also means that there's always something to look forward to in Korea, no matter what time of the year. It could be freezing cold, but there's always something going on, and that makes life quite exciting. I absolutely love going out to finding new cafes in South Korea. That is because there is no such thing as just grabbing coffee or I'm just going to a cafe in South Korea. Well, actually there is, but going to a cafe in Korea is a whole beautiful experience. So going to a cafe in South Korea is a photographer, or dare I say it, Instagrammer's dream. It is a whole unique experience. My favorite ones are the ones with a minimalist vibe, but I absolutely love this travel themed one lately because we don't get to travel often anymore. But going to a cafe in Korea feels like such an adventure, so always make sure that you look cute too. I don't have a car, not because I cannot afford one. Well, I can't afford one, but also because I don't need one. Korea is absolutely amazing when it comes to transportation because the country is small. That means that there are buses that travel to every single corner of the country within a short space of time. Korean public transportation is amazing. Not only is it fast, cheap, and affordable, but you are also guaranteed that your train or bus will arrive on time. Convenience comes in many ways in this country. There are multiple convenience stores in every single corner, which means if you want to buy something in the middle of the night, you'll always be sorted at a higher price, but you'll still be sorted. Some coffee shops, including this one, open 24 hours. Certain restaurants open late so that they can close in the morning, which means McDonald's is not your only option after a night of hard partying. Technology also makes life extremely easy. I can easily pay for things with just my phone, and most of the time I can do my groceries from the comfort of my own home, and it can get delivered the same day or the next morning.
I have a question though. What is your favorite country?
My favorite country.
South Koreans are really proud of their country. I know a lot of foreigners find this a bit too much, but personally, I just find it very beautiful. Children in South Korea are taught to be proud of their country from a really young age. If you go to a public school in South Korea, you will find a Korean flag in each and every classroom. If you are a teacher here and you ask Korean students to write about an influential figure, most of them will likely choose King Sejong, and I don't blame them. That guy was pretty amazing. One of the most amazing patriotic stories in the world was when South Korea was struggling to pay back a loan from the International Monetary Fund. So South Koreans decided to donate their personal gold to help get the country out of debt. Coming to South Korea, I didn't think I would experience any kindness or ubuntu because of the language barrier, being black, and the cultural difference. And that was before I actually realized that my cluster culture and the South Korean culture are actually not that different. I have experienced a lot of kindness here and a lot of heartwarming moments, like how every bus driver will greet every person who comes into the bus regardless of their origin or their race. How two ladies who didn't even know me took me in and made me part of their families, one of which rarely spoke any English. Like that one time I dropped my wallet in a bus and the bus drivers in that bus station called the cops and called all the other bus drivers who could have been my bus driver when I dropped my wallet, and they all worked together to help me find my wallet, and I did. So I have experienced a lot of kindness in Korea. One thing that I will always appreciate about Koreans is that they try. You could go to a place wanting help and not speak a word of Korean. They will pull out their papagos and Google Translate, and they will make sure that you get what you need. I often go to the bank knowing that I don't speak much Korean, but I also know that chances of me getting what I need are really high. So I appreciate that a lot about Koreans, how they always try to help, and most of the time they will do it with a smile. So thank you, Koreans. I come from South Africa. Although I've never been robbed, I also never lived in total ignorance by thinking that nothing will ever happen to me. I always worried that someday someone is going to stick a knife on my rib and demand that I give them my phone or money. So, second on my list is how safe I feel in South Korea. The country is not 100% safe, obviously. Tragic things happen to people here too. But I feel much safer here. I can come home at any hour. I can use my phone or count my money anywhere I want. And I've never had to worry about someone breaking into my apartment. I do exercise caution, but I highly appreciate the freedom the safety of the country has provided me. I am not gonna make this point long and winded, but I also want you to keep in mind that as someone who comes from a small town in South Africa, I probably see a whole lot of things with rose-tinted glasses. But what I will say is that I really love Korea. I love how everything just works. Everything that I've mentioned before can be summarized with just one word: efficiency. I'm talking the internet, the customer service, the transportation, everything that's supposed to work just works, and you are almost always guaranteed good and time efficient customer service. And trust me, in most countries you wouldn't get that. So I love my life in Korea. And thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.